Hello and welcome back to Star Citizen with the Tough Eggs. It's a new year, so I figured we'd start off with a bang. Today, we're looking at the latest ship from Crusader Industries, the Ares Inferno, a ship designed to deliver a concentrated burst of pain on medium to large sized targets, though smaller ships can certainly be dealt with in a similar, swift fashion. To kick things off, let's look into her statistics. We'll follow this up with the component layout, and then we'll put her through a series of bounty targets to establish if that single size 7 lives up to all the hype. The Inferno is a heavy fighter with a singular purpose, a ship designed to chase down and eliminate larger vessels in the Star Citizen universe. Being a heavy fighter, she's not the most manoeuvrable of ships, able to both pitch and yaw at 30 degrees per second, whilst being able to roll at a respectable 115 degrees per second. This is slightly less than her age's competitor, the Vanguard, but it's more than adequate for this ship's preferred type of prey. In order to chase down any potential target, the Inferno has a maximum speed of 1120 meters a second, with a recommended SCM speed of 170 meters a second. This allows the Ares to track down any threats, and the impressive horizontal acceleration at over 16 Gs allows her to avoid any ships that may try to pursue her. Crusader really didn't pull any punches when designing those engines, and they're all contained within a ship that's only 30 meters long, 27 meters wide, and 6 meters tall. Being a larger fighter also means the ship has more room for components, including 2 size 2 shield generators, 3 size 2 coolers, 2 size 2 power plants, and to top it all off, a size 2 quantum drive. Now, let's quickly jump over to Urkel.games and discuss upgrades. When upgrading the Inferno, I would suggest outfitting the ship with any 2 size 2 grade A shield generators, offering a combined 17,250 shield hit points. This, coupled with the 30,000 base hull hit points and the promise of heavy armour in the future, means the Inferno is a pretty durable ship. Being a ballistic based weapon also means you can divert all power to ship shields, ensuring you always have the best possible shield regen of 1200 hit points a second. As of the making of this video, power plants and coolers are all very similar and provide little to no difference in practical use. Therefore, I would suggest leaving them stock. However, as advised previously, if you want to err on the side of caution, equipping your ship with as many stealth components as possible isn't a bad decision. As always, I'll leave some links in the description below, with links to my current setup and a few recommended builds that are a bit cheaper to run. The Ares is equipped with a cross-field quantum drive from start, which is excellent, capable of crossing the expanse between Crusader and Microtech in 4 minutes 42 seconds, though if you wish to min-max the ship, an XL1 can always be added to squeeze out a little more performance. When analysing the ship, the fun really starts when looking at the ship's single, fixed, size 7 ballistic Gatling, which is bolted directly onto the vessel's right wing, almost hanging over your shoulder as you squeeze the trigger, allowing you to spew armour-piercing rounds at a blistering 1300 RPM, culminating in a whopping 4,740 DPS. To feed this size 7 weapon, the Inferno carries 3,800 rounds of ammunition, allowing it to stay on station for much longer than other vessels running ballistic builds, providing around 174 seconds of continuous fire. And if the size 7 Gatling wasn't enough for you, the Ares also sports 20 size 3 missiles, with the option of swapping 2 of these launchers for a single size 5 torpedo tube. Depending on your loadout and missile configuration, the Ares can carry a payload capable of over 100,000 damage if all missiles strike their targets. Okay, we've covered the basics of the Inferno. Let's see how she performs in combat. To test this, we'll run through some bounties, mainly VHRT bounties, as they offer some of the larger ships to engage. In 3.16, atmospheric bounties have been introduced. These can be a bit of a pain, especially in regions of space with larger planets containing a thicker atmosphere, such as Microtech or Hurston. To save on fuel and to increase efficiency, I would advise hunting in Crusader, as the moons offer a quicker combat experience. In the atmosphere, the Inferno accelerates very well. That high thrust to mass ratio really helps. However, its larger size means it can sometimes struggle to keep up with target escorts, as they are often light fighters and can outmaneuver you. Luckily, the 2 size 2 shields provide all the defences you need as you burn towards the primary target. The ballistic Gatling will also often destroy ships with bleed through damage before completely stripping their shields, which is a welcome bonus and can speed up kills. The only thing to note is the low shell velocity on the weapon, at only 700 meters per second. That's half the speed of laser repeaters. It requires a lot of lead to accurately hit a target at range, really decreasing the effectiveness of the weapon. To compound this, the Inferno and Ares Ion saw reductions to their fixed weapon assist, essentially bringing an element of RNG into their performance, which can be irritating as you'll often see shells flying off into the distance. However, against larger targets, the Inferno absolutely shreds, making quick work of Vanguards, Valkyries, Freelancers and Cutlasses. You won't be soloing an Idris in the ship, but in a small strike wing, they'll certainly be able to do some damage. To summarise, the Inferno offers a lot. It contains a wealth of useful components in a pretty small package. It can reliably take a beating, and the size 7 Gatling, coupled with its missile configuration, can really dish out the pain. Against any vessels larger than a light fighter, the Inferno is a distinctive threat. The expanded fuel tanks and ammo reserves also mean it can stay out hunting targets far longer than you might think. That RNG though can be a concern. I do believe CIG needs to take a better look at rebalancing this ship and the Ion, as it costs $200, which is a lot to spend on a ship with only one selling point, that being the oversized gun. For the same price, you can purchase a Vanguard Warden, which gives the Inferno a pretty good run for its money in terms of firepower, offers a second gunner's seat, and includes an interior space. Altogether, I do enjoy the ship. When the shells land, it's incredibly satisfying. The distinctive Crusader art style also doesn't go unmissed. When flying the Inferno, it's as close to flying a Cylon Raider from the original Battlestar Galactica as you could get, and I for one really appreciate that. Flying in a strike wing of these crafts would be a spectacle, but it's a spectacle I would advise purchasing with in-game currency when it becomes available. As for $200, there are more versatile ships available in-game. I'd love to hear your thoughts on the Ares ships in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, please consider liking and subscribing, as it's greatly appreciated. And as always, take care, and I'll catch you next time. Thank you for visiting the Tough Eggs. If you're interested in more of our content, check out the videos here.